Hello, Todd coming at you. True Swans headquarters, right here in my living room. Going to talk about the second song that we've released and give you a little walkthrough. Maybe point out some stuff that's kind of cool about it. Tell a story that you didn't know. This song is a cover song. First cover song that I've ever released, mainly because I didn't know how it was done and I was always afraid of people's copyrights and getting sued and stuff like that. It turns out it's really super easy if you have your stuff uploaded through a distributor like DistroKid or TuneCore or something. They have an option. They basically will take care of virtually everything for you, and it was like $12 to get a license to put this cover song up. So the song is from the TV show Nashville, which totally surprised me, and I love it when a song kind of comes at me from out of the blue and I don't expect it to be good, and then it's really good, and then it makes it feel extra good. So me and Michelle, she lives in Fort St. John, northern British Columbia. I live in Boise, Idaho, so we work thousands of miles apart. We get together a couple times a year to bust out all these recordings, but we're always bouncing these ideas back and forth. And she sends me a text like, I want to do a cover of this song, and I see it comes through and it says from the TV show Nashville, and I was just immediately like, no, why would we do? And but I don't want to be someone who dismisses an idea out of hand, and so gave it a listen, and it was just like I got through a verse and a chorus, and I was just totally into it. Just had to do the song, and I just listened to it on loop, and just fell in love with it. Wasn't then when we got together again, it's one of the first things that I wanted to work on was that song, because I'd made a track for it, and so we got together, and we're working in a hotel room, and this hotel room had a heater that kept kicking on, and it was every time it kicked on, it was blowing cold air for a little while before the heat would kick in, and so the room kept going from hot to cold, and it was really kind of taking its toll on our concentration. So we had this idea, because our recording setup is really portable. It's like, let's take it down a couple blocks away. There's a theater. Let's set up in the theater. That might be a cool vibe and a cool ambience in the theater. And so we got down there and set up, but there hadn't been anything going on in the theater for a couple of days. So it had trapped a lot of cold air in there. So it was freezing. But if we turned the heater on, it was way too noisy to be running while there was a live mic in there. So we kept the heater off, put our coats on, and huddled up and did our vocals in the cold in this theater as best we could, because we were starting to run out of time. So it has I feel like it suits the song. It has nice cold quality to it. So here's the track that I originally started with when we were doing our vocals. Originally, in the original versions, acoustic guitar, mandolin, just kind of changed it over to a piano and organ to get it started. Played some drums just from some sounds I had set up on the keyboard that sound like a drummer playing with brushes. That had some nice sweeps and hits like on that. So we started there. Then we laid Michelle's vocals in. Oh, I shouldn't have cut her in like that. Let's give her a chance. So in the original version, the male starts right there, but we divided the vocals up just a little bit differently to make it sing. We don't sing as much together, so we take the verses and it's like we're singing more to each other rather than with each other. So she's taking the verses and then I'm taking the choruses right here. Then I come in and sing the chorus right there. So that was going pretty good, but it just seemed like it needed something a little more, and I felt like what I really wanted was pedal steel. But I don't play pedal steel, and it's really hard to do pedal steel from a keyboard, so I came up with this kind of spooky synth sound. It's sort of emulating pedal steel in a way. Thought it was appropriate.
The cobblestone midnight is where we first meet.
that adds a really cool vibe to it. Still felt like wanted a little something more, and we were getting ready to release it, and I'm kind of going back and forth, and so kind of at the last minute I came up with these string parts because my son-in-law had hooked me up with this great string library, and I went through it in a lot of detail and found some of these really cool sounds. So then the intro comes in sounding like this with the strings. See, that's yeah. The string library has these really cool articulations where it'd be really hard to do in a keyboard, so they're like sampled. So you have pizzicato in there, you have nice bowed strings, and then you have this slut. So, and when you put all the pieces together, it sounds pretty legit. And then it builds really nicely in the last chorus. So you put all those pieces together, it makes a nice kind of realistic string sound. And then one other cool thing we did at the end, wanted to pay whatever small homage to the Mazzy Star Fade Into You. I kind of shoehorned that melody in there as it's fading. You can see it's fading down. It's not exactly it, but it kind of recalls that melody. All right, that's Fade Into You. It's up on all whatever streaming services, YouTube, Spotify, Deezer, and tons of ones I've never heard of. You can go there and check it out if you search True Swans Fade Into You. Thanks for hanging out.